Hey, how you guys doing? This is Dr. J here, and today I just want to give you guys a couple tips for Achilles injury. Okay, so you went running, you jumped, whatever it is, right? And then you feel pain in your Achilles. All right, what do? If you're like most people, they go out and they stretch it. Tip number one: do not stretch your Achilles. Don't do it. Because think about what happened when you first strained your Achilles, right? You think about a rubber band. Just a little slit in the rubber band now because there's a little bit of a tear. You didn't rupture it. You didn't just all break, but just a little bit. All right. Now, if you go home and you go ahead and you stretch your Achilles, you're taking that rubber band with the little slit on it and you're just yanking on it. Guess what? It's probably going to feel worse. You're probably not be able to walk properly for the next couple of days. So, first of all, when you first heard it, rest it. Give it 3 days. Don't stretch it. Because 3 days is how long it typically takes for an inflammation process to come in your body and then leave. Now, if you take some anti-inflammatories on top of that, you're going to get even faster results. Good. Tip number two, Achilles. Now, when you start to recover it, still don't stretch it. You want to strengthen it. All right? So, you want to strengthen the property of deceleration for the Achilles. Right? You don't want to just focus on accelerating it. You want to focus on how well it can absorb force. Because injuries happen in a lot of tissues when it's having trouble absorbing the force that you're placing upon it. You're asking for too much of that tendon. So when you recover it, you got to rebuild that mechanism. So now you had to do what we call eccentric calf raises. What are eccentric calf raises? Well, let's talk about what eccentric is. Eccentric is just the ability of a tissue to absorb force as it lengthens. So now, for example, if I take my bicep and I hold a weight right here and then I lower it slowly, I am eccentrically strengthening my biceps. It's getting stronger as it's getting longer. And that's what you want for your Achilles. So what do? You get up on two tippy toes, you let go of one foot, and then you slowly come down. That's how you do it. And there's a video I have for you that shows you exactly how that is. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's say you rupture your Achilles. Right? Now you have months and months of recovery. You're gonna be in a boot. Yeah. Check out my blog. I have a couple of products here that you definitely gonna want. Okay, I know a lot of hospitals can give you a boot. Yeah, they're great, but look, there's companies out there who they make much better boots. It's just way more comfortable, and you've been wearing it for a long time. So if you have a little money to spare, I say invest in that one because you're just gonna feel so much better, right? And surgery, no surgery, you might not need surgery, right? If you have a tear in your Achilles and it's not surpassed a certain amount, you can recover fully without having to go under the knife. I did the same thing for myself in 2017 when I tore my Achilles. I bought myself a boot and I just did my own rehab, and I'm back to jumping, I'm back to running, pretty much like new. All right. The only time you will probably get surgery is if you are like a D1 athlete that's looking to go into the NBA and you want the most robust Achilles you can get. Go ahead. Get the surgery. That's probably for you. But if you're like the most of us, you're probably not going to need it. Okay? And the last tip I want to give you, probably the most important tip for anyone wearing a boot, Achilles, anything like that, you want to even out the other leg, right? How many times have you seen people walk around in a boot and they're like limping around? And guess what? The Achilles are feeling better, and then they throw out the hip, and then the back start hurting, and then the knees start hurting. Don't add more injury to the injury. Lift the other shoe up. There's a product called Even Up. You wrap it around your shoe, and it just lifts you up. And even that may not be enough. When I was recovering, I had to put like 4 gap slippers right underneath that thing to lift me up. Standing about 6'3". It was wonderful. But guess what? I was walking around normally. I was going up a little bit of a hill. I went to Disneyland. I had some fun. And I was working out too. Guess what? You can't work out with an Achilles tear. What can you do for lower body? You can squat. You can lunge. You can do all of that. Just make sure that your shin does not pass your ankles. If your shin pass your ankles, you're creating too much stretch in your Achilles. And that stretch is not good when it's trying to recover. If anything, it should be shortened, right? So it recovers tight, and then 6 months down the road, you still feel tight, go ahead and stretch it. That's fine. What you're worried about for recovering an Achilles is not that it's going to come back tight. You're worried that it's going to come back weak. So focus on the strength. Do not debilitate yourself by stretching too early on the Achilles. If you guys have any questions, just send me a message, all right?